Hello, welcome to my channel, A Blessed Budget. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified that I am budgeting. Before I get started, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to budget with me and support me during this financial journey as I navigate through how to make my money stretch through the month. And to all of my viewers, I hope after this video, you will consider subscribing.
Vibes on vibes, I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill my vibe. No fit kill, them no fit kill, them no fit kill my eyes are set, full of the stars. Yeah, you shall find her. It's a bad vibe. If you hit your enemies shine. If you're not depend on me, enter the light. Cause you can never kill my vibe. But there is no sacrifices. Everything was taken. You have to make it. Vibe killer. Me and no go take shit.
Okay, so in this video today, we are going to be closing out the first week of May. I know I am so behind. I'm like 2 weeks behind in filming, but I still have been keeping up with my money and telling my money where to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this first week paycheck budget tracker. So this ran from May 1st through the 4th. So we're going to go ahead and look at the actual side. So for source number 1, I actually got $667.04. Source number 1, I did receive $837. Source number 2, I received $600. We did roll over from last month, $63.34. And for rollover account 2, we did roll over $37.21. Source number 4 came in this week at $3,023.33. So altogether, our inflow total for week 1 of May was $5,227.92. So I am going to go ahead and look at our fixed expenses that we had to take care of this week. So for rent, it actually was $169. For life insurance, it was $31.31. YouTube TV was $72.99. OnStar was $31.99. And Apple Care did not clear my account this week. So altogether, our fixed expense total was $305.29. That left me a leftover of $4,922.63. So we're going to go ahead and look at our week 1 envelopes. So we had $4,922.63 left over. Gas did not clear my account week 1. Household, we did not budget nothing for, so that received 0. Food out, we spent $9.37. Me, I was over budget. I budgeted $130, but I actually spent $266.21. Daughter received $44. Son received $50. Miscellaneous received $50. Car wash, car accessories received 0. So altogether, our variable expense total was $419.58, leaving us a leftover of $4,503.05. So as you know, we're just going to go ahead and move on to our extra savings. So for account 1, we rolled over $700.03. And for account 2, we rolled over $3,803.02. That gave us a savings total of $4,503.05 with a 0 left over. So this is how week 1 looked it for me in May. Now we are going to go ahead and look at week 2. Okay, so for week 2, we are looking at May's paycheck budget tracker, and that ran from the 5th of May all the way through the 11th. So we are going to go ahead and do the budgeted side and the actual side. So for rollover number 1, we rolled over $703. We rolled over $700.03. For account 2, we rolled over $3,803.02. I did receive source number 3. I did not budget for that source, but that source actually came in at $9.11. And I did not plan to spend anything out of car maintenance. I do abbreviate. And that was 0 for budgeted, but we actually brought in $50. So for our budgeted side, we only budgeted $4,503.05 to come in. but actually $4,562.16 came in for week 2. So the fixed expenses that I had to concentrate on in week 2 were my Apple Care for my iPad that was due on the 3rd, and that actually did come out at $3.49, what I actually budgeted. Netflix is due on the 7th, and I did budget $6.99, and that's exactly what came out. The internet is due on the 7th. I budgeted $61.99, and that's exactly what came out. Apple storage is due on the 9th. I budgeted $2.99, and that's exactly what came out. Paramount Plus was due on the 11th, and I did budget for that, but it did not clear my account. The Way, I budgeted $50, but that did not clear my account as well. And the water came out. I did not budget for the water to come out, but they did charge me on the 11th, and that was $6.99. This water is a water cooler that I am renting from Sparklet. I do count that as a bill because it's coming out of my account. And I am looking into buying my own water cooler this summer. So I will have to be, I will want to get rid of this bill. So altogether, we had a fixed expense total budgeted at $131.45. But actually, our fixed expense totals for week 2 was $82.45. So that did give us a leftover budgeted of $4,371.60. But actually, our leftover for week 2 was $4,479.71. Okay, we are going to go ahead and move down here to week 2 for our variable expenses. So, a lot was going on week 2. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, I had budgeted originally $4,371.60 to be left over, but actually $4,479.71 was our leftover. So for gas, I had budgeted $60, $59.01 came out. I budgeted household at $150, but $155.69 came out. Food out, I budgeted $0, but actually $0 came out. For me, I budgeted me $60 and $21.54. $21.54 is what actually came out. Daughter, I budgeted her $0, and she received $0. Son, I budgeted him $0, but actually he got $173.99. Now, my son is 10 years old, and I bought him a pair of shoes that cost $173.99. The Jordan 4s, and I would never, ever, ever, ever do that again. Like, I would never spend no more than $100 on his shoes. No more. He could have got 2 pairs of shoes for $100. But he wanted the Jordan 4s. So, I purchased the Jordan 4s. And they were $173.99. Like, and he wears a 5Y. And I'm like a 5.5Y. So, he's like almost my shoe size. And his shoes, like, I guess because they're new. And that's how much they cost. And I would never, ever, 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 ever. He's too young, and he don't know how to value shoes. Like, he don't know how to keep them up. And that's just me in a weak moment, buying my son something he wanted. $173. I was kind of mad at myself after I purchased him those shoes, but I'm like, oh, well, it's over with. I don't have to do that no more. I actually need to start putting money on their cards for them. So if they want something, and if they slide their card, it'll get denied. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't got enough money for it. So you better make more wiser decisions on your money and how to spend it, because yeah, $173.99 for 1 pair of shoes. Like, man, like, back in my day, we went to Payless, and you know, our shoes came straight from Payless. My parents went to Dare paid $173 for 1 pair of shoes. Not only that, like, you know, we had siblings too, so imagine all of us wanting a pair of shoes that cost this much. That's like $400-500 just for 3 pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I would never, ever purchase him another pair of $173.99 pair of shoes. $100 is going to be his max, and that's it. And I guess by him being older or getting older, his feet is getting bigger, and the shoes cost more as you grow. So, he could have got a pair of Vans, you know, for $50. He could have got something else, but he want those pair of shoes, so he got them, and that'll be the last time. If anything, I could have seen if I would have spent this on clothes and shoes, but no. Okay, so for miscellaneous, I budgeted $75, but actually $81.58 came out. Car wash, car accessories, I budgeted 0 and 0 came out. Savings spent, like I said, we had car maintenance come in, and that's where the savings spent was for car maintenance, and that was $50. So for budgeted, I budgeted only $345 to come out of variable expenses, but actually $541.81 came out for variable expenses. So I have budgeted $4,026.60 to roll over for leftover, but actually $3,937.90 is what we had left over. Okay, so as you all can see, I did go ahead and bring that $4,026.60 over here to my sinking funds. Like I said, I was concentrating on putting back that money I took out to pay my car loan off with. So for emergency, I did put $2,000. I budgeted $2,000, and that's exactly what I did. I put that $2,000 in the account. So for sinking funds total, that would be, I budgeted $2,000. That's exactly what I put in, $2,000. So I had budgeted $2,026.60 to be left over, but actually it was $1,937.90 that we had left over. So we are going to go ahead and move down here to the extra savings. So for the budgeted side, like I said, I had budgeted $2,026.60 to roll over between these two accounts. But actually $1,937.90 is what rolled over, not this amount. I might have to print this page out again and redo it. It's just too much whiteout on it. I got whiteout here, there, here, there. So I might have to just go ahead and reprint out this page. And yeah, I don't want this in my book. So we had $1,937.90 left over, which gives us a leftover, well, savings total, which gives us a leftover of 0. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and reprint this page out and get it back in the book. Okay, here we go again. I told you guys I was behind in like videos, so I am trying to catch up today. Okay, so now we are looking at May paycheck budget tracker for the week that we're currently in and almost over with. This is week 3 for me, and it ran from the 12th through the 18th for me. So I did do the budgeted side because we're currently in this week. I haven't closed out this week yet because the 18th have not came yet. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the inflow section. So for source number 1, I budgeted $600. For rollover number 1, I budget $709.14. And for rollover 2, I budget $1,228.76. So altogether, our inflow total was $2,537.90. That's what I am budgeting for. So the fixed expenses that have to be paid within this week is the way on the 12th, and I budget $100 for that. My car insurance due on the 14th, and I'm budgeting $254 for that bill. Disney Plus is due on the 15th at $7.99. Best Buy is due on the, oh yeah, Best Buy, you guys. Ooh. You guys, I wanted an Apple Watch. I bought an Apple Watch with my Best Buy credit card. It was like $361. So I am paying back my Best Buy credit card. I'm going to try to put $50 away. Well, $50 towards it every 2 weeks. So I should be able to pay that bill down within the year. Because they say you have a year to pay it off without interest. So I said, okay, I can do that. Pay off $361 within a year. You know, so the interest won't hit my account. So, I'll pay that off probably in 4 months, if that. Because if I'm paying it every 2 weeks, that's like $100 a month. Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3. So, about 3.5 months. So, I am budgeting $50 for that bill. Apple Care for my iPhone is due on the 17th, and that's $13.49. Pandora, on the 15th, I am budgeting $5.99. And my light bill, on the 17th, that's when it's due, and I am budgeting $100. It should not be this high because we have not been running any electricity, no ACs yet. But I know in June I'm going to start budgeting 150 for this bill because the ACs are going to be running, and I am going to be purchasing a AC unit, the ones that go in your window but don't sit outside your window. It's just like the I don't know what you call that tube that go out the window, that one. So I don't know how much that's going to be running me, so I am going to be budgeting 150, and hopefully that be enough during the summertime, because when we was running them heaters during the wintertime, that's what brought my bill up sky high. And we just have to learn how to, use the electricity here at the new place. So now next winter, we know just to warm up the bathroom when we're taking showers and things like that, because I don't like to be cold in the wintertime out the shower. So yeah, just we got to keep the heaters off during the day. Probably just run them through the night and turn them off during the day. So that's probably what we're going to be doing next winter. So altogether, our fixed expense total that I am budgeting for is $531.47. That gives us a leftover of $2,006.43. So I am going to go down here to week 3's variable expenses. So we are budgeting for our gas at $60. I'm not budgeting anything for household. I'm not budgeting anything for food out. I am budgeting me $50, even though I know that's not enough. Daughter, I budget her $100. Son, like I said last week, $0. You're not getting nothing else. That's it for the month. That's it. You want a $200 pair of shoes. No more. Nothing else. If he need anything else, his father can handle that. Miscellaneous, I am budgeting $20, even though I know I'm going to be over. And car wash, car accessories, I am budgeting $30. I want to get my car washed before my graduation, which is on the 18th, but I don't think that's happening, so I might do it next week. So altogether, our variable expense total that I am budgeting to spend is $260. So we have a leftover of $1,746.43. So now that there's more inflow coming in, I'm going to go ahead and look at all my sinking funds. So I did add 2 new sinking funds to my categories. So emergency, I would like to save $300 every 2 weeks for my sinking funds if I can, because, or maybe just once a month, because I want to replace the money that I was paying for my car note. I would like to put that money away now. So I was paying $320 a month for my car note. I want to take that $300 and put it towards savings now. If I could pay $320 a month for my car note, I can pay $300 a month to put away for savings. So that's my goal, to put away $300 a month, not every 2 weeks, a month, for savings. So I would like to split that up in between all these sinking funds. So one month I might put, $50 towards one of these, and I'll divide out the rest between the other accounts, just to build up my sinking funds. I want to do that for the rest of the year. And we'll see how much we have at the end of the year. So for sinking funds, I had a leftover of $1,746.43. Like I said, I want to put $300 towards my sinking funds in total. So that divided out into $42.86, except for my yearly bills. I'm putting $42.84 into my yearly bill. So emergency is getting $42.86. My car maintenance is getting $42.86. Car insurance deductible, like I said, I like to abbreviate. That's getting the same. Gifts, holiday, and travel, that's abbreviated, getting the same. Christmas is getting the same. Mint Mobile is my phone bill. I would like to save up every month for my phone bill because it's due every 3 months, and I would like to have that money sitting there, so when it's due, I can just go ahead and transfer the money into my checking account from savings. And then my yearly bills. I would like to start saving for my yearly bills, like AAA, what else is a yearly bill? Registration, insurance, things like that. That's due on a yearly subscription. Sam's Club, I got a Sam's Club membership, so I would like to start saving for my yearly bills. So altogether, our sinking funds total is $300. That gives us a leftover of $1,446.43. So we're going to go ahead and move down here to our extra savings. So we do have rollover account number 1. budgeted at $609.14. And for account number 2, we have $837.29 budgeted to roll over. So altogether, our savings total is $1,446.43 with 0 left over. My driver's license is due for renewal. It's due, let me see, let me take out this paper. It's due, I believe, before my birthday, which is August 5th. Yes, it expires August 5th of this year. So I'm going to go ahead and pay that off in June. It's only $45 to get my, my driver's license renewed. So I just do that through the mail or online. I haven't had any type of accidents or tickets or anything. So, of course, I just pay through the mail. They don't have me come in and take a test or do anything like that. I believe they're still going to use my same picture I've been having on my driver's license for a long time now. So, yeah, I don't have to do none of that, go in or do nothing like that. So, that is all that I have for you guys this week. Thank you guys so much for joining me today in this budget with me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, you all take care. Bye-bye.
Everything was taken, you had to make it. Vibe killer, me and no go take shit.